Honorable Men Discord. Is it over for Conor McGregor? Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So yes, let's talk about UFC 329. Conor McGregor, at the time of the event, at the time of this recording, is 37 years old. He came into the UFC at 24 years old, so that's 13 years of a career, and that does not include practice sessions, sparring sessions. That doesn't include the fight with Mayweather. It doesn't include his pre-professional career when he first started mixed martial arts. And why am I bringing that up? I'm bringing that up because Father Time never loses, unfortunately, for all of us. Some of you younger folks that are young and vibrant and feel like you have the world at your disposal, which is true at a young age, just understand that we're aging by the day. And I know it's cliche to say that. I know it's without saying. You might say, well, duh, right? But we're aging by the day, and even though he is a fierce fighter, he is a brutal fighter. He is not a man that fears anyone, I believe. I believe he's willing to step in the ring with anyone. Even with that mentality, when your body goes, even if your mentality says you feel good, you're ready to go. If your body's not keeping up with you, the end is near. Now, is this the end for Conor McGregor? I can't call it. But one thing I will say about this fight, and another thing I'll say about this fight, about Conor McGregor, first thing I'll say about this fight is that I love an underdog story, period. I love a man, he's up, he falls down, and that could be fall down literally or fall down hypothetically, falls down in his personal life, falls down in health, and then he rises to the top, and then he gets back out there and he conquers what's in front of him. So on one hand, I was glad to see that he was competing once again. I think he took a 5-year hiatus. I was glad to know that he returned to the octagon. But the actions that he displayed in this particular face-off, I didn't like. I didn't see all the face-offs, but this particular face-off I didn't like. And some may say this is karma. All right, this whole event of yesterday, last night, was karma for the way he behaved, the way he handled himself, the way he conducted himself in this face-off. So let's watch this face-off and I'll talk about it further. All right, one thing I will say is Conor McGregor, get it right there. Conor McGregor wears some fantastic suits. I'm a man that loves putting on suits. I love putting on tuxedos. And whoever he goes to, whatever shop he's using, fantastic suits. But what I did not like about what Conor McGregor did during this face-off was he took Holloway's shades off and threw it on the floor. And then when they regrouped, Holloway extended his hand like it's all good, we can continue. He slapped his hand away. All right, now I don't know if this is antics to sell a fight or this is just who Conor McGregor is outside of fights. But if this is who Conor McGregor truly is outside of fights, which he's had his skirmishes outside of the ring in the past, but I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that behavior, especially when you're a mixed martial artist. I've said this before in other episodes. Martial arts, at least at the core of martial arts, it's discipline. It's not exploiting those, especially not about exploiting those that are not trained in martial arts. It's about being humble. All right, it's about peace. It's self-defense, but it's about peace. Now, once once Western society has taken martial arts and decided to make money and profit off of it, which is nothing new to Western society, it becomes a spectacle like this, where some of the participants show respect. They're humble, professional. They're there to fight. They're there to make money, earn money for their family. But then, ever so often, we have individuals that feel the need to be the topic of all discussions. They need to be front and center when it comes to spectacles and being the it person, right? Conor McGregor seems to want to be the it person at all times from all the antics and things that he does. Now, one might say, oh, he only does that to sell fights. I don't know if that's true. Is that true? Someone who's a Conor fan, let me know in the comment section. Does he do all of these things just to sell fights? Because I personally don't like those things. I mean, he had an outburst in the Barclays Center a couple years back in the Barclays Center, near like the receiving dock of the Barclays Center. And that, I believe, they went to court for that, as a matter of fact, because there was like a whole brawl between his entourage and the staff of the Barclays Center, or something of that nature. And those type of things is like, what exactly are you doing? You've been blessed. You're one of the elite to be able to compete in this UFC, to be a part of UFC, and this is what you do with your brand. Listen, some people don't care about what they do with their brand. That is their brand. Being disruptive is their brand. And maybe he's a victim to his brand. Much like how I brought up how some artists, some rap artists, are victims to the ignorance that they promote. In some ways, Conor McGregor seems to be the same, right? But that I did not like. So the reason why I even started off the episode with this is because with this type of bravado and the ending of last night's UFC 329, you almost have to say this was just karma waiting to happen. All right, let's get into the stuff I have queued up. Some of the stuff I have at the end, which is just, I think, 2 videos, are reactions to that fight. All right, so this was him in the locker room prior to the fight, just warming up. And I noticed, well, obviously after the fact, after having seen the fact that he fell down a few times during the match, I noticed he intentionally did not overuse his right leg. So I wonder if he noticed he was having issues with his legs earlier in the day, and so he was just trying to be mindful of that. And it seems like he was avoiding putting pressure on his leg. I could be wrong, but the next video I have queued up, which is him just before entering the ring, it was clear at this particular point something was wrong with him. But you got to imagine, you got paid. I don't know how much he got paid for this fight, but you got to imagine it's showtime now. You're outside of the octagon. There is no turning back. I mean, he could have turned back, but that would have really pissed off the crowd. I think they would have thrown things at him. That would have extremely pissed off and embarrassed Dana White. So at this point, you could see in his face that he's just like, he's not thrilled to enter the octagon because he knows the outcome already.
This video, again, we're not speculating. We're just going to show you this video. This is before Conor McGregor entered the octagon in the inspection zone. We're going to show you some video. Again, we're not speculating. We're just going to show you this video. This is before Conor McGregor entered the octagon in the inspection zone.
And let me just say, that's just only one of the issues, because is it just me, or aside from his leg injury, I notice his face looks like he's not sober. That's not the same face as this. Aside from the buzz cut of a mohawk. I'm going to play this one more time. Look at his face. Look at the energy. Look at the enthusiasm. The eagerness to fight. You see the focus in his eyes? What is this?
We're going to show you some video. Again, we're not...
This looks like a man who probably had a late night doing whatever he did, whether it's a late night that extended into the morning, and he's not there. I've seen Mike Tyson fight like this one time in his later years in his career, especially during the time when he got the face tattoo, Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson completely looked like he was on something. And I think at the end of that fight, Mike Tyson, I believe he admitted that he was on medication or something like that. And it was clear to me, even before Mike Tyson actually acknowledged it and confirmed it. Again, aside from the fact that his right leg was not looking healthy just before entering the octagon, Conor McGregor did not look like he was
Speculating.
well
I'm just
off.
going to show you this video. This is
Just by looking at his
before
face.
Conor McGregor.
Look at his face. I mean, come on. I didn't see anyone mention that, but I'm mentioning that. So this is the actual fight, and you're going to see how his right leg gave out.
Watch his right leg. He steps on it, and right there. Oh, yep. When he tries to throw it again, and it buckles, it gives out again, and he winces in pain. That is literally crazy. Look, it gives out again. Threw his knee out in the first fight with Max Holloway.
Yeah, but it's different now, right? Like,
He did it the very first thing he did.
yes, it's early in the fight, nice and fresh, and also you're in a different position, right?
Now watch his right leg.
All in his face, he looks like he's out of it. But this is not the first time that I've seen him with a bad leg injury. For those of you who follow UFC, you know about this one. This was horrible. Viewer discretion is advised. You could already see how his ankle looks, but viewer discretion is advised.
Is this the single most shocking break in UFC history? As Conor McGregor comes in aggressive, looking to take control early, Dustin Poirier stays composed, ready to respond with calculated counters and pressure. In the opening exchanges, McGregor attacks with leg kicks and forward movement, even initiating clinch positions. But Poirier answers with clean boxing and sharp elbows during grappling exchanges, causing visible damage. As the round continues, Poirier begins to find rhythm, landing more consistently while forcing McGregor to absorb damage in close-range exchanges and on the ground. In the final seconds of round 1, McGregor throws a punch but steps back awkwardly, snapping his leg and collapsing instantly, bringing the fight to a sudden and unexpected halt. The doctor stops the fight at the end of round 1. Poirier wins by TKO via doctor stoppage. Damage and chaos led to a shocking ending. Was the result inevitable, or did it end too abruptly? Comment below and follow for more fight break.
So yeah, that was the and I saw that particular fight. I saw that live, and it was horrible to see that. The only one that was just as horrible as that was when John Jones broke his big toe.
Over.
Yeah.
He knows it. Oh, he fucked his knee.
Yep. Right here.
Why do you do that?
I just thought he'd be a bit more careful at the start.
They made for a shit main event. He won't be back. Look how mad the crap everybody is.
You think he's gonna come back? No.
No, I don't think so.
Not the way that happened.
His career is over.
Yeah.
He knows it. Oh, he fucked his knee.
Yep. Right here.
Why do you do that?
You see Rampage saying his career is over. What's your thoughts on that? I think it's over, Father Time. He's 37. What's he gonna do? Come back at 38? He can, but why do it?
Conor, what you gonna get Clark, man?
He looked at distorted before this fight started, nigga.
Why you keep slipping though?
Look at this, he going for the killers, nigga. Look at him. Man, shut the fuck up, bro. Man, shut the fuck up. Man, hell yeah.
Alright, dude told him his leg was fucked up. Yeah, he had to, bro. Conor, what you gonna get Clark, man?
He looked at distorted before this fight started, nigga.
You hear that guy in the background say he looked distorted before the fight started. So someone didn't recognize it. And that's my thoughts on it also. You clearly see it from this video. Look at his face. He does not look as focused as over here. Complete different. Aside from the haircut. Just never mind the haircut. You don't see focus. His eyes he looks drowsy.
Enter the octagon in the inspection zone.
Now, you could say he didn't have balance because of his leg, or you could say it's a combination of his leg and he was intoxicated. Remember, you heard it here first on in Discord. What's your thoughts on the UFC fight? What's your thoughts on the other fights? I did not see the other fights. My focus was actually on the main event. And from what I see, I think it's over. I think he'd be wise to just finish it. He has other businesses that he's involved in. I think he should focus on that rather than injuring himself any further. His body's giving out. All right, 13 years of fighting, again, not including the training sessions and things like that. It's wear and tear on your body. It's wear and tear on your body. Much like football, that's why most football athletes don't have long careers unless you're a quarterback and a wide receiver. Outside of the quarterback and wide receiver, you really don't have long careers within football for the same reason. They're taking tolls on their body. Between the training and the practices, they're taking tolls on their body.
10 minutes later.
So just as I was wrapping up this episode, I came across what Conor McGregor posted on his X page. It starts with this one where it says, "My head gasket is gone, destroyed. I had no injuries going into the fight. I was throwing kicks, planting and jumping all through our camp and as well as backstage before fight. He said, "This came out of nowhere. I am beyond dark here. I can only describe it as hell." Then he continued. He said, "I was so sharp and so ready for this fight. I cannot believe what has happened. The talk of me being off while walking into the fight is nonsense. I was calm, ready, and confident. I am in shock what has taken place. The devil is literally staring at me right in front of my face here. I am not engaging. I will be at church tomorrow. I will overcome this. I will not be deterred. I will return." So, with that being said, my thoughts, my opinion on it, he's dispelling that. This is from Conor McGregor's own account. He's saying that he was well. To me, he did not look well. What's your thoughts on how he looked? But that's just my perspective of it, from the way he looked compared to how he looked in what I showed you earlier, which is playing below the face-off. He looked like he was more focused in the face-off than he did when he was about to fight. But nevertheless, he answered the question that I put in my thumbnail. Is this the end? He's saying, "I will return." Now, that's still yet to be seen, because if you saw the post-fight press conference, Dana White seems to not be so quick to answer whether or not he would host part 3 between McGregor and Holloway, and that's for good reason. This is one of those smacks in the face. Now, accidents do happen. We know this is a contact sport. We know injuries do happen. But for the fight to be over in the time frame in which it ended, that's bad for business. And so it's like a smack in the face for Dana White. He has to consider, what if this was to happen again? Furthermore, would he even consider putting McGregor as the headline for the card after something like this happened? It might be safer not to put him as the headline for the card. And who's to say people would come out in droves to see McGregor? Who knows? Not after this. Some people might say, "No, I'm not going to spend that money. Look what happened the last fight." Also considering his previous injuries, like I showed earlier on in this episode. So what's your thoughts on all this? What's your thoughts on McGregor saying he will return? What's your thoughts on whether or not he should return? Should he return to finish what he somewhat started against Holloway, or should he fight someone else? What's your thoughts on it? As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, on your way out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, stay honorable.